Hello, dear students. Today we're going to speak about the stem. Let's start. Functions of a stem. The stems of most plants are first and foremost organs of support. They lift terrestrial plants above the ground, raising their leaves towards the sun and holding them in the best position to gain optimum exposure to light and carbon dioxide. They also hold flowers and fruit in positions that allow efficient pollination and seed dispersal. As well as support, stems have three other major functions. They transport materials from one part of the plant to another. They produce new living tissue to replace cells that die and to make new growth. They store food and water. The stem as plant organ. The attachment site of a leaf or bud on a stem is called a node, and the portion between nodes is called an internode. Most stems point upwards from the ground and are easily distinguished from other plant organs. Some stems, however, have an unusual shape or location which makes them more difficult to identify. Potato tubers, for example, appear root-like, but they are actually swollen underground stems specialized for food storage. All stems of whatever size, shape, or location are distinguishable as such by the presence of nodes and internodes. The tissues and cells of a stem. In a dicotyledonous, non-woody stem, the epidermis is like that of a leaf, a single layer of cells perforated by stomata. The epidermis helps maintain the shape of the stem. It is covered with a waxy cuticle to reduce water loss. In woody stems of trees and bushes, the epidermis is replaced by bark consisting of many layers of dead cells. Bark is penetrated by small pores called lenticels, through which gaseous exchange takes place. The lenticels usually appear as raised spots surrounded by a powdery and impermeable material. Just inside the epidermis, a layer of parenchyma gives both support and flexibility to the stem. Some parenchyma cells contain chloroplasts, which make the stem appear green. The inner part of the stems of most non-woody plants consists of vascular bundles embedded in undifferentiated parenchyma cells. When fully inflated with water, the parenchyma cells press against the epidermis and parenchyma, strengthening the stem. The stems of trees and bushes are supported not by parenchyma but by rigid wood tissue, which makes up the bulk of these stems. The woody tissue consists of xylem and associated cells such as fibers, formed by a process called secondary growth. New wood is added outside the old wood each growing season to form annual growth rings, visible in transverse sections of the stems of trees and shrubs. Vascular tissue in the stem takes the form of bundles containing phloem and xylem and reinforced with strong fibers. The xylem is located towards the inside of the stem and the phloem towards the outside. The tough, rigid vascular bundles embedded in softer turgid parenchyma tissue have been likened to reinforced concrete, in which rigid steel girders are embedded in softer concrete. This arrangement gives the stem strength and flexibility, making it well suited to resisting sideways bending in strong winds. The vascular bundles of dicotyledonous planes are arranged in a ring pattern around the outside of the stem, while in monocotyledons such as cacti, the vascular bundles are scattered throughout the stem. The stem center is called the pis. It may consist of parenchyma cells for storage, or it may be devoid of cells, in which case it is called a pis cavity. That is the end of our video session. In the next video, we're going to speak about the reproduction and development in plants. Thank you for watching.